Hello friends, welcome to No Hub. We glad to see you again. Today we discuss on top 10 most dangerous poison in the world.
Number 10, Cyanide. A notable poison, cyanide is a lethal toxin that influences the focal sensory system, CNS, and in addition the heart. Regardless of the possibility that a little measurement of cyanide enters the body, the toxic substance will assault the circulation system and tie to the iron in the blood, along these lines forbidding oxygen to move through the body, bringing about death in minutes. In spite of the fact that there are diverse types of cyanide, hydrogen cyanide is by a long shot the deadliest of them. Considered a compound weapon as a gas, hydrogen cyanide is unimaginably fatal, killing a human in under 10 minutes. Actually, the toxic substance was utilized accordingly, overwhelming everything in the vicinity amid the First World War, before synthetic weapons were restricted under the Geneva Convention. Today, cyanide is dominatingly utilized as a technique for murder, suicide, or as a plot gadget in fiction. Number 9, Anthrax. Maybe the most well-known post-9/11 harm, anthrax was apparently in the media consistently in the early years of the new 1000 years because of a progression of anthrax-contaminated letters that were sent to clueless casualties over the United States in the weeks after September 11. On the whole, 5 individuals kicked the bucket and 17 more were harmed in the anthrax assaults, while millions more were influenced by the distrustfulness it started. Another anthrax startle emerged all over the place, from significant urban communities to residential areas over the United States. The dread the toxin evoked was across the board, and all things considered. Basically, an ailment caused by microbes, anthrax must be breathed into taint somebody as it spreads by spores discharged into the air. Subsequent to getting to be noticeably contaminated, a minor IC will rapidly transform into enormous respiratory disappointment as the anthrax closed down a man's relaxing. The death rate from anthrax is about 90% inside 7 days of the disease. Number 8, Sarin. Considered a weapon of mass destruction, and rightfully so, the nerve gas sarin will kill you in an agonizing way. From a tight chest to complete suffocation before your body shuts down, sarin does its handiwork on the human body in an interminably long 60 seconds. That is all it can take, a meager minute, a single, torturous minute to die. Though sarin production as a weapon has been outlawed since 1993, there have been many instances since where the poison has been used in terrorist attacks or chemical warfare, particularly during the Tokyo subway attack in 1995, and the insurgencies in Iraq and Syria, the latter where the chemical agent was employed on civilians, killing anywhere from 330 and 1,800 people. Number 7, Amatoxin. Amatoxin is a sort of toxic substance found in the planet's deadliest mushrooms. You know, the ones they let you know not to eat when outdoors. The toxic substance is greatly unpredictable. If ingested, the amatoxin enters the circulatory system and scrambles toward the liver or the kidney, bringing about outrageous sickness as the toxic assaults the phones of the organ, closing them down finished a matter of days. Amatoxins can assault the heart too, a beyond any doubt wager that without appropriate treatment, more often than not comprised of high measures of penicillin, the individuals who have ingested the toxin will fall into a state of insensibility inside days, and at last kick the bucket of heart or liver disappointment. Number 6, Strychnine. Utilized as a pesticide intended to slaughter little creatures, strychnine is one of the deadliest toxic substances on Earth. In spite of the fact that discovered normally in specific trees in Asia, strychnine is additionally made artificially in labs, unexpectedly winning a Nobel Prize for the principal fruitful endeavor. The toxic substance can taint a man in a heap of courses, regardless of whether through ingestion, inward breath, or assimilation. After entering the body, inside a couple of minutes, the muscles start contracting, while sickness and heaving overpower the casualty. As an ever-increasing number of muscles in the body start to shake and fit, they prompt suffocation. The whole deadly process from ingestion to death takes around 30 minutes. Number 5, Mercury. Keep in mind in science class when the educator entreated you not to break the thermometer. All things considered, in light of current circumstances. A substantial metal, mercury is extraordinarily poisonous to the human body when touched or breathed in. Had you or any of your cohorts broken that thermometer and gotten a portion of the mercury on your body, your skin would have begun tingling, consuming, and notwithstanding peeling off inside minutes. In the event that ingested or breathed in, mercury is through and through significantly more offensive, causing memory misfortune, loss of vision, kidney disappointment, and cerebrum harm. In the end, mercury harming will close down the CNS and result in death. Number 4, tetrodotoxin. The notorious toxic substance that abides profound inside the puffer fish, that numerous sushi epicureans pay a premium to eat in trusts it is arranged effectively, and the toxic substance that practically executed Homer Simpson, tetrodotoxin is deadly. Side effects, of which there is a huge number, for the most part, happen 30 minutes in the wake of expending the toxic substance. In the first place, your mouth will wind up noticeably incapacitated, next gulping will turn into a task. Before long, your coordination and discourse will wind up plainly crippled. Following that, seizures and writhings may set in the end prompting trance state and passing. Demise most usually happens after around 6 hours, yet tetrodotoxin has been known to kill inside 17 minutes, plainly making it one of the deadliest toxic substances on Earth. Number 3, ricin. Ricin has turned into the new toxic substance of decision when mailing harmful letters, supplanting anthrax with that questionable refinement. Indeed, even a previous Walking Dead on-screen character was charged and sentenced mailing ricin-bound letters as of late. While the enthusiasm encompassing such occasions may wander into the place where there is distrustfulness in the overall population some of the time, the genuine precautionary measures brought by legal requirement with ricin are completely advocated. Found in the bean of the castor oil plant, ricin is unfathomably deadly, as it assaults protein generation in the body, at last closing it down totally. Most fatal when breathed in, subsequently the powdered shape mail in letters, an amount no bigger than a sprinkle of table salt can execute. Knowing this, it is no big surprise ricin has been contemplated as a possibility for synthetic fighting by everybody from the United States military to Al-Qaeda. Number 2, VX. The most unsafe nerve gas on the planet, this previous pesticide turned into a prime focus for militaries over the globe to reserve, regardless of its mark as a prohibited weapon of mass demolition. There really is no utilization for VX other than as a concoction specialist in war. So poisonous is VX that one drop of the toxic substance coming into contact with uncovered skin will murder a human. Inward breath being the most widely recognized type of presentation, side effects from VX harming will run from influenza-like indications with a mellow introduction to loss of motion and full respiratory disappointment prompting demise when presented to a deadly dosage. Number 1, botulinum toxin. The deadliest toxic substance on Earth, a solitary top brimming with botulinum toxin could conceivably murder a huge number of individuals if let free on the world by causing botulism, a sickness that can close down the CNS. Unexpectedly enough nonetheless, botulinum toxin has numerous useful applications in everything from Botox treatment, to the treatment of headaches. All things considered, even some Botox patients have kicked the bucket because of their strategies including botulinum toxin. Death rates in harming from botulinum toxin drift around half in untreated patients, while the rest of those treated may experience the ill effects of their ailment for quite a long time after treatment. Because of its unpredictable and promptly accessible nature, botulinum toxin is the deadliest toxic substance on the planet.